Good evening. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Dr. Marlene Hurd, our newly business director here at our Infinite Company. I am so excited, guys, to be a part of this mission and present to you our free community financial education forum topic tonight. And that topic is the X curve concept. So, with this concept, um, it's really controversial, but I want you guys to think of it as a tool tonight. And just like Dr. Hurd said, I am business director Erica Ba, and I've been part of our Infinite Company for 3 years now, and this concept blew my mind. And so I was like, where has this information been? So tonight, I want you guys to relax, get your pen, your sheet of paper, and just imagine that we were in your kitchen having this conversation, because this is a kitchen conversation for family members. All right. So, guys, the X curve concept is just a simple way to show the responsibility and the relationship between taking care of your responsibility and building your wealth. Yes, you should be doing both at the same time. I know that we feel like, oh, I can't be saving while I'm paying off debt. And how can I save when I really don't have that much to save? Well, this concept helps you put things in proper perspective. So, this concept is also known as reducing your responsibilities. Not like, oh, you're going to be free and clear of everything that you can accumulate a lot of liabilities and then not be responsible for those. So we can also consider and rename this concept as decreasing your liabilities. And so if you're unfamiliar with the word of liabilities, liabilities take away income from your home. And with responsibilities, that's long-term commitments that you have tied yourself to, or just things on day-to-day life that you need to take care of. So this concept is an excellent strategy to consider as you seek to build your wealth or even maintain your family's current wealth and continue to build upon that family's legacy. So here it is. And like I said before, this concept blew my mind when I was introduced to it. You may have had the privilege at an early age to discuss financial concepts at your home, but I represent the community where we were just satisfied with being able to participate in more than one activity when we were younger. Our families were focused on, did we have clean clothes? Did we have a meal every night? So in the kitchen, we were really talking about, oh, well, do we enjoy the food? What activity are we participating in next? We wasn't focusing on the money conversation. And now it's time to have the money conversation, because the money conversation is a part of our daily life. And this concept helps us identify the relationship we have with assets and liabilities over our lifetime. So remember, liabilities, they take away your income, but assets add to your income. And as you can see, this concept expands over the lifetime. So when you're young, you may have a lot of responsibilities as you set out to either build a career or just build the life that you dreamed of. You have to pay for your shelter, whether you choose to rent or own your own home. You're now responsible for your own clothing and food. Oh, I was shocked at the bill when my mom was like, "You're working. Why don't you buy your school clothes this year?" And I was like, "What? Oh my goodness. I thought that check belonged to me." But no, it really taught me the value of trading my time for money, and how quickly that money goes out the window when I am not really understanding how money works and then the value. I said, I spent a lot of time building that money, and that's called active income. And you can see that on the young side, on the red. where you're having to take care of debts, whether you're facing student loans or even just maybe a car note or other just insurance liabilities as far as the car insurance. You're learning that, oh, if I'm purchasing a home, I have home insurance. Those things that you need to protect and being responsible for your health. In America, at age 26, your parents can no longer cover you on their medical benefits. So these are all of the big responsibilities that you will acquire at a young age. And so that may really put a press on your income, especially if you're just starting off in your career and you don't have a lot of experience and you started on the entry level side, or even if you are building a business and right now you're learning how to be productive in that business. So money is pressing, you're at the active income and you're working hard. Well, sometimes people may give themselves an excuse and say, well, at this level, I don't need to save. You'll be wrong because the earlier you start to save, the better off you are in your future self. And the earlier or the sooner you'll be able to enjoy those benefits. Because as we move across the X curve, the relationship between our responsibilities and building wealth, you can see the lines intersect. Well, they should in most circumstances, where as you're getting older, guess what? If you purchased a home, now your mortgage payment is going down and your income is increasing as you are getting better at the avenue that you chose to build wealth as far as like your business is more profitable now, or you have more experience to negotiate better contracts or better salaries for yourself, well, you will have more money to either make the decisions whether you're going to buy more liabilities or you're going to look at assets. Well, the X curve concept help us keep in mind our future selves because we are going to spend more time in our retirement age than our current young age. And so we want to make sure that we're using the X curve concept as a tool that helps us enjoy the future that we plan and not the one that we will be subject to due to the lack of knowledge. So that's why I'm so glad that you guys are tuning in to find out more about this concept. So starting off when we're young and leading up to our retirement years, we have to make several different choices when it comes to money. And you can position yourself using this concept as you choose different programs to grow your money, or you make decisions to say, well, you know what? I am going to need X amount of dollars, and I don't plan to work for the rest of my life. I would like to retire at age 65 or even 59 or 50. If you're looking to retire by 50 or the age of 40, there's certain programs that don't fit that criteria that you will be able to use this X curve concept to judge by to see if this is a program that you want to grow your money so that you can move to the more passive income side. And notice passive income is in green because guess what? That's when your money begins to work for you. And being able to choose the right program to grow your money will determine whether or not you get an opportunity to relax and have that money work for you. And so the X curve concept helps us strategize and build a plan for our retirement future by making sure that we're choosing the right service, the right savings program, and identifying the right amount of protection to cover our responsibilities. Now, I said normally everyone's X looks like this, but what if you are a double duty parent? Those are the grandparents that right now raising their grandchildren. And you might say, well, this X curve concept has nothing to do with me. Yes, it does. Because you can make sure that you're positioning those grandchildren where they'll have those passive income. And then the conversations, the kitchen conversations that you have at home right now with your family, as you guys are having family meetings, you can talk about this, put the actual dollar amount and the money on the table to say, hey, where we have our money right now, where we're saving it, and where we're growing, is it going to lead us to a passive income in the future? And then at what age? If I use this certain instrument, would I be able to retire at 65, or do I have to wait until I'm 72? When is the right age, and what can I expect in the future? So just knowing that you all are getting this information, I hope that you will apply it. And as you apply it as a family, a grandparent who has the service of a double duty, it will definitely benefit them if they put this concept in place before they were given that extra duty. It would make it a lot easier for them if they had programs in place that protect their grandchildren's future. If something happens to those parents and now the grandparents are in charge of the grandchildren, they're able to hire additional service at home to help them, because guess what? They learned this concept and they took advantage of saving at any age, but the parents were able to take advantage of saving and understanding the savings at a young age. Therefore, they were able to protect their children, and now the grandparents have extra funding where it's not so pressed, and they can focus on the social growth and the educational growth of the grandchildren, instead of saying, oh, well, I need to find a daycare owner because now I'm having to come out of retirement just to make sure that my grandchildren are able to go to school with clean clothes. And these are conversations that we definitely need to have. For example, I have a friend in her 40s. She decided that she wasn't going to get married. She didn't see herself having children. And she was like, you know what, Erica, I need to save $1 million. I said, well, where did that come from? That type of thinking. She was like, well, I want $1 million so my healthcare worker will not abuse me. And I need to save this $1 million because I know that I'm not going to have a husband. I choose not to have children. And I know that I will need to depend on someone in the future. And I want to make sure that that person's needs are met so I can enjoy my retirement future. And I was like, oh my goodness, she's brilliant. She is in reality, because not every X curve fits this concept, but because she was thinking about her future, she now can choose programs that will allow her to achieve her goal. Now, we all hope that she does will be able to be surrounded by loved ones where she's not abused, and as long as she and I are connected, I'm going to make sure she's taken care of. But I was very impressed with the decisions that she was making and thinking about her future self, because at times we can get tied up with our day-to-day grind. So I want you guys to know that this X curve concept is very important. And if you just don't discount the little that you have, it can really benefit you in the future. So let's look at this story of two savers. So on the left side, we have saver A, and then on the right side, we have saver B. So these two individuals, they come from different walks of life, where saver A decided, they really didn't have the knowledge that you're getting right now, and they spent 8 years. Saver A spends his money partying for 8 years, going out, making it rain, all kind of stuff, making sure that he's the big man and he's getting a tab for all of his friends. And then he finally, a light switch turns on because he was invited to one of the meetings, the community forums that you're a part of right now. And he's like, oh, I better start saving. So he decides to choose a program that's a tax deferred account, and it's going to earn 7%. And at the age of 26, he invests $150 a month for the next 40 years. Can't you see that? For 40 years. So his total contributions that he's saving for his retirement future adds up to be $70,200. That's a lot of money, but let's see what he has in the end. And I want you guys to pay close attention to these two saver stories and see which one actually came out better. Now, Saver B, he had a lot of money kitchen conversations and started to invest at an early age, started to invest the same $150 a month for 8 years in a tax deferred account, earning 7%. And then after the 8 years, he decides that he's not going to put anything else in this account. He stopped saving for the next 40 years. And his total contributions was $14,400. Huge difference from Saver A, right? Well, which saver ends up with more money? And I know you probably already jumped to what they accumulated at age 65, but I want you not to discount the growth because Saver B only saved for 8 years, but Saver A, it took him 40 years to build that account. And it's only what, a couple of thousand more that he has at age 65. But Saver B, if Saver B decides, you know what? That 14,000 that I invested and I grew, it really did me justice. I'm going to just say maybe a extra year or so. He would still be ahead of Saver A. So the moral to this story is don't procrastinate and keep in mind the X curve concept. This is reducing your liabilities. Remember, liabilities take away money from the home. That's credit cards, student loans, debt, maybe tax you owe, and even car payments. Although we do use our car sometimes if you need it to get back and forth from work, but assets bring money and add income. Whether there is a house that you own and it's appreciating in value, or there's in cash value insurance, there's a business, or you may even own intellectual property, or you may invest in stocks and bonds. Think assets because the X curve concept will allow you to apply these concepts as you're choosing different savings program. Did you know how much money you keep determines how it's taxed? And there are 3 different kind of tax buckets: a tax now, a tax deferred, and a tax-free retirement. Which bucket will help you enjoy a passive income during your retirement years? So I hope you join us again so that you will learn about keeping more of your money and how it's taxed in the future. Strategizing using the X curve when it comes to choosing savings programs will definitely help you enjoy a passive income.